We need to know 4 chords to play this song: C add 9, G, D over A, and E minor. To play the C add 9, we're going to put our second finger on the 3rd fret of the A string, our first finger on the 2nd fret of the D string, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B, and our 4th finger on the 3rd fret of the high E string. And we're going to strum from the A string, not playing the low E. That's our C add 9. To play the G, we're going to put our second finger on the 3rd fret of the low E, our first finger on the 2nd fret of the A string, 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B, and 4th finger on the 3rd fret of the E, and we're going to strum all 6 strings. To play the D over A chord, we're going to put our first finger on the 2nd fret of the G, our 3rd finger on the 3rd fret of the B, and our 2nd finger on the 2nd fret of the high E, and we're going to strum from the A string, not playing the low E. That's the D chord. And finally, the E minor. First finger goes on the 2nd fret of the A string, and second finger goes on the 2nd fret of the D string, and we're going to play all 6 strings. So to play the intro verse, we're going to start on a C add 9 chord. We're going to give it 1 strum and then a rest, just by placing the side of our palm on the strings to stop them from ringing out. Then what we're going to do is we're going to hold down a G chord. We're not going to strum the G chord, we're going to play individual strings. So we're going to start on the low E string, then we're going to play the D string, the G, and then the B. And then we're going to play the B again, back to the G, and back to the D string. All the time just holding down this G chord. From there we're going to play the D over A chord, 1 strum, and then a rest. And then we're going to hold down the E minor chord, and like we did with the G, we're going to play individual strings rather than strumming the chord. So we're going to play the low E, the D string, the G, and then the B. And then we're going to play the B, the G, and the D string. And then we're going to repeat that whole intro section. Then we're going to move on to the chorus. Now we're going to start strumming all the chords. So we're going to start with a C add 9 and play that twice, and then rest. Then a G chord twice, rest. D over A twice, rest. Then 1 strum of E minor and 1 strum of D over A. Then we repeat that section, doing it exactly the same. C add 9, G, D over A, 1 strum of E minor, 1 strum of D over A. Then the 3rd time through we're going to play exactly the same chords, but we're going to change the strumming. Each bar is going to sound like this. Okay, down, down, up, down, down, up. So we're going to do 1 bar of C add 9, then 1 bar of G, 1 bar of D over A, and then we're going to have to fit 2 chords in 1 bar. E minor, D over A. Okay, I'll play that last bar again. So you've got to be quick with your chord changes there. The final line of the song is the same strumming pattern that we started with, where we do 2 strums of C add 9, then rest, 2 strums of G, rest, then 2 strums of D over A, rest, and then we just finish simply on a D over A chord, 1 strum. And to finish off the whole song, you can just finish on 1 strum on a G chord. And that's how you play We Are Never Ever Getting Back Together.